Hi, everyone. My name is Fanice, and welcome to Virtual Therapy for African Americans with my special guest, Joy Mitchell. Hi,
Hi,
Joy.
hi. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited today. I wanted to let everyone know that Joy was my therapist and she helped me out tremendously. One thing in the African American community, I feel like therapy is such a taboo subject and we've been judged for a long time for seeking therapists. And it's something that helps us in I had a lot of different emotions and feelings that I never knew I had, and I really felt like I need to talk to someone. So when I met Joy and we had such a great connection, I wanted to share my experience and hopefully we can answer some questions because I saw out some questions from my community, things that people wanted to know, and let's just get started. People want to know some questions. Okay. So, Miss Joy Mitchell, how did you get into therapy?
Well, I got into therapy originally because of some things that I had been through. And I've always felt like I was that friend, the friend that you go to and talk and seek advice, and I could feel deeply. So I thought, what better career than to go into therapy and help others, as well as being an African American. I know that there was a shortage. So just being able to provide that for my community as well as anyone seeking therapy. Mental health is just as important as physical health. We get any type of dental, hygiene, anything. So I think that it's just as important as any type of health, and I want to be a provider for that, especially me myself having suffered depression. So I know what it's like, the struggle, and that it's sometimes never ending, and being able to be that person that can help someone through the process is more than I could even ask for. So.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so question number two. What can be done to change the stigma of going to therapy in our community?
In our community, I think definitely the word, fortunately, is getting out. I think that, us speaking about it in a positive way. A lot of people have grown up in the African American culture, knowing that you go to God or you go to church or you seek your religion for answers and not necessarily a person. But I think that as time has evolved, the word is getting out. Just us talking to each other, letting them know about, just like you have your sharing your experiences. I think of word of mouth is very important. Even in the church, maybe going to churches and getting that word out and letting them know it's okay to go to God and also seek therapy. I think that is going to be the greatest benefit in our culture as far as kind of decreasing that stigma.
Yep. Okay, so question number three. How do low income or no income families get access to therapy?
I think that that's a great question. I have worked in with lots of agencies that work with low income families. I think that the first resource that you want to seek is going to DFACS. DFACS provides a certain type of insurance, Medicaid, Wellstar, other types of insurances that low income or no income families will qualify. And there is depending on the plan, they provide some unlimited, but they are high supporters of mental health. So I think that seeking your local DFACS center and trying to get that type of insurance, you will be able to get therapy through that. As well as there are providers that work with low income families on a sliding fee scale. So it's based off of your income. So they will work with you if you let them know this is how much I make, I can't really afford it. And there are providers out there that will work with you based on the amount of income that you make. It's all about having a conversation.
Okay, that's some good information. Okay, so question number four. If we are seeking a Black therapist, how do we find one?
So that's kind of tricky. It's a good question, and I think even my friends, they ask because they want me to be their therapist. I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Hmm.
But The first thing that I would suggest is going to Psychology Today. You can look up a therapist based on age, based on what issue that you're having, based on religion, and you can actually see the profile of what type of therapist that you're dealing with. And a lot of times you may want someone that has the same religion or beliefs so that you can relate to them a little bit better. So I would suggest psychologytoday.com. You can also, if you have insurance, call your insurance customer service number, ask for names of providers, or they usually provide a list. You can Google that person, look them up, see how well people have rated them or not, and usually they have a profile as well. I think that those would be the best two resources that I could suggest.
Okay. All right. So question number 5. Do you think race plays an important role on why African Americans don't go to therapy?
I definitely do. I think that is a great question. I think that, again, kind of touching on the subject of culture, our culture has kind of stigmatized therapy for a very, very long time. So it does play a big role. And there are, our culture is built on being strong and, not having to have someone to lean on and getting through it on your own. So the idea of therapy is for the weak man. But I think that if we could kind of change that stigma, which I think that we are kind of doing a much better job at right now, of letting them know that no, it's not you being weak, it's someone helping you, getting you through the process. But ultimately it's for the strong person to let them know that, okay, I'm weak in this area, I need someone to help me out. And it takes a strong person to be able to voice that and be able to seek the help that they need, versus trying to get through it and suffering silently.
Yeah, that's very true. And our last question is, when is a good time to seek therapy overall?
So I love this question because a lot of people come to therapy in crisis. Mm-hmm. And that is, while it's great, and I don't want to push anyone away from the idea of seeking therapy during crisis, but the idea is to, when you want to learn more about yourself, when you're having questions about, things that you may be going through before you get to a breaking point, seeking therapy. I think that it's important for us to, sometimes when we're not even going through things, maybe almost like a checkup. Let's check in with my therapist and tell them what's going on and process some of the things that you may have been through in the last 3 to 6 months, or just, being able to, some people call it venting, but while, in the therapy room you're venting, there's also the idea of how therapists can help you process and work through some of the things that you're venting about. So while crisis is the original reason why a lot of people seek therapy, I think that is very important to, not only after crisis keep it ongoing, but before crisis, do a mental health checkup, just as you do with your body, as you do with your teeth, your eyes, everything else. I think mental is honestly the most important. So I think that before you reach a crisis, it's important to just kind of do a mental checkup.
Yeah,
especially with everything that's going on today.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I feel like this is it's so shocking, like everything that's going on. And I really honestly feel like a lot of people don't know how to process everything. And I want to let people know that you're not alone. Like, I thought I was alone. And once I started talking about it, people are like, go see a therapist, You're not alone. Like, and it's helped me out. I've been so much happier. I feel so much better, like, everything, like, you've helped me out. So I just really hope that, people find something good out of it and are more open-minded to just getting help a different type of way.
Thank you, Joy, for doing this interview with me, and thank you so much to Gwinnett County Public Library for allowing me to host this virtual program. My next few slides are some of my favorite resources, and in conclusion, I really hope you enjoyed this virtual program and learned something from it. Have a good one.